All right. So I am live. Let me post my link. Post. And this is just a test run. This is just a test run. I'm now going to my test run show via Facebook. It is uploading right now. In a few moments, you will be able to join in. So let me go ahead and get me here. We'll see. Here we go. Send them the invite. And then I'm also going to invite my friend Noel Brown, currently in Tallahassee, Florida. These are two people I know that can join in for this test run. So this is just a test run, the Fresh Cut with K Rich, guys. I just sent the link to everybody. Just sent my invitations to their email. So here we are. We're live. We're live. We are live. The link has been posted. Fresh Cut with K Rich doing a special show for you guys. Basically a test run tonight. Like I mentioned in my last show, I am going live now via YouTube Live and Google Hangouts. So I just sent 2 invitations, inviting some guests on. I want to see how this thing works. I know you guys, for those of you who are tuning in, you can't really see my controls that I have here. I have a control room, so once these 2 guys join in, I can control who I mute, who's not muted, everything like that. Let's see what's going on here. I just got a notification. Okay, my cousin just sent me his email. Let me go ahead and invite my cousin to the show. But the link has been posted, so I'm just waiting on a couple of people to join in. Let me invite my cousin to the broadcast here. Let's see if he'll tune in. This is the first time I've ever broadcast using Google Hangouts. Once my show is done, I'll be able to post a link to Facebook, so you'll open it up on YouTube. Bear with me 1 second. Let me invite my cousin to the show. All right, let me try that again. I invited 2 people. I got 2 viewers tuned in. 2 viewers. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see. This is just a test run for my show, Fresh Cut with K Rich. Per request of my viewers, of my fans, people wanted to tune in and become guests on my show. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Invited to my cousin. Okay, the first person I invited says he didn't get the invite. I did send it to him, so let me respond to him. This is Chris Price from Tennessee. I did send him the invite, so all right, let's see. All right, so I'm waiting on him to check his Gmail. Okay, so my second guest said he'll be home in 30 minutes. This guy told this guy to be logged in at 7 o'clock, and he's not logged in. So what I'm doing here is I'm inviting guests. I want to see how this thing works. So at the very bottom of the screen, you'll be able to see the special guests that are tuned in. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about tonight because I want to save my college football special for Monday night. All right, let's see. So I'm getting responses. All right, this guy. All right, so let me see something here. So I know you guys right now, you're just seeing me. I know, but I did send my invites. So I want to see how this whole Google Hangout thing works. Probably end up doing a split screen here, putting that over there. Right now I got 3 viewers, but like I said before, the link has been posted. Let me go ahead and post it to Twitter as well. People, on my Twitter followers, go ahead and send the link to them. But the link has been posted on the Facebook. So what people are going to have to do from now on is you won't be notified when I go live. So it won't say Kelvin Richardson is now going on live. You're just going to have to be logged your Facebook account and wait for me to post a link before I go live. And click the link. You'll be able to view my show. People who want to be special guests, I will send you a special link as far as joining into the show. So let me see if I can get some more viewers here by posting my link onto Twitter. Let's see what's going on here. Some more viewers here by posting. All right. So my dad is signed into Gmail, so he wants to be a part of this. He wants to be a part of my show here. He wants to be a part of my special guest. So one moment, I'm going to invite the one and only Mr. Kelvin B. Richardson onto the show. So let me send my dad an invite. Nobody's joined in yet, so we're gonna see how this thing works. All right, so I'm about to invite. Somebody joining. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh wait, okay, so Chris Price is joining, but I can't see him.
I'm on, guy.
All right, hang on, guy. Hang on, guy. I can't see you yet. Hang on.
I even got a fresh tie for you and everything.
All right. Let's see. So you're the first viewer. You're the first special guest to join in here. Let's see how this works here. Hang on. I'm inviting somebody else right now. I see you at the bottom, but I can't see you yet. So hang on. I think I have to turn your webcam on. Let's see. All right. So I just invited somebody else. All right. I see you now. All right. Okay, cool. All right. So let's see. So I see you at the bottom of the screen. Boom. I can pull you up on the big screen. So basically, if I have you and like 2 or 3 other people, when you start talking, I can make you the main person on the screen. I can mute people, I can delete people from it, but I just want to see how this works. Let's see, I'll turn up your volume. All right, so everybody, Chris Price here. He is joined in. There he is. He is now the first guest into the show, Google Hangouts. So pretty neat. So apparently I'm broadcasting live over the air right now. And then once the show is done, I can post a link and everybody will be able to watch the show afterwards. Right now it says only 3 people are viewing the show, but I already posted the link. I guess the link, when people click on it, they'll be able to watch the show via YouTube. So here's the funny thing, Chris. I invited my dad. Apparently he wants to join in. I don't know if I sent them the invite.
Oh. Is Papa Rich Georgia, or is that just Mama Rich?
This will be Papa Rich.
No, is he Georgia or is he FSU?
Oh, he's FSU, but see, my mom went to University of Georgia, so Georgia's like our like our second team that we follow because my mom went there. So we always root for Georgia. So that game last year when Tennessee went on that Hail Mary, that was a bad day for us. That was a bad day because that same day Florida State lost to North Carolina. Tennessee beat them on a Hail Mary. And remember, we lost on the last second field goal. That was a crazy day for us. That day, I had no words for that day. I mean, I couldn't believe. I think who played first? I think Florida State and North Carolina played first. So we were already like, okay, now Georgia Tennessee's in a good one. And when he caught that pass, I couldn't believe it, God. I don't know what else to say. All right, let's see. My dad is apparently joined in, but I can't see his video yet. I just see a picture of him. So let's see. Let me see what's going on here.
Loud.
I see a picture. So I think it's his computer. You got to turn the webcam on.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Can you?
You see me now? You see me now?
Hang on.
It's got a little delay.
Oh yeah, all right. I see you now. So I see you on the right, and then I have Chris Price on the left. So okay, now I see what it looks like. I can.
You see me now? So can we?
Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
There's a little slight delay, but I can see you. So I can adjust your mic. I can mute you. I can put you on the screen. I can put Chris Price on the screen.
Turn my mic up and let me say hello to Chris Price.
Hey, Papa Rich, how you doing tonight?
Hey, doing good, brother. And Tennessee, man, you got my support, brother, until you play them Georgia Bulldogs.
All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and lead you this year. We got Georgia and Neyland, and I might be there. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. We're in Atlanta right now, so we're only 3.5 hours away, so we might be able to make it over there. But it'll be kind of a decision, so we'll see. But we're gonna be tailgating with a bunch of Georgia fans, so that should make you happy. We're in Atlanta right now. We're only 3.5 hours away, so we might be
All right, K. Rich.
All right, now I can switch the screen. Now I got Chris Price is on the main screen. Then let's see, I can put you on the main screen. I'm just trying to see how. All right, now you're on the main screen.
That's where I belong, buddy. We're gonna be number one in the country.
Then let's see, I can put you on the main screen.
I think Carriage is going to be next to Holy Alley.
You're on the main screen.
That's where I belong, buddy.
So tell me, when you while y'all looking at the show, what do you see? You can see me now, and you see yourself at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I can see you and I see Chris.
Oh, okay. When while y'all looking at the show, what do you see? You can see me now, and you see yourself at the bottom of the screen. I had Noel Brown was supposed to join in, but see, he won't be back for a little while, so I want to see how it works. So I got a control room. See, on my screen, I can see a control room on the right. I think there's a chat room that I can open up too. But the thing is, I don't know on the chat if I can only chat with you guys or people that's watching the show. Can they click in this chat room too? I don't think they can until after the show is done. Like after the show is done, they can comment and stuff. The thing is, I don't know.
Yeah, all right. Well, you know that guy Noel. He's always late, man.
I don't think they can until like after the show is done, they can comment and stuff. So let's see. So Monday, this is when I'm gonna actually go live, and Monday I'm gonna try to do like a college football preview. I'm gonna try to talk about ACC preview, SEC preview, because next Saturday is like our first official kickoff. Except September 2nd. The following Saturday is when the games really get good. So hopefully we'll see what happens this year.
Well, the biggest thing with all this here is there's a long delay. I can say something, then I hear you back to you. It's a delay.
So like when you mean a delay when I speak and then you hear my voice like later?
No, I hear your voice, but when I comment, it's a long delay.
I see what you're saying. So there's an echo.
Right. No, I hear your voice, but when I comment, it's a long delay.
Let me see something. Hang on. I see what you're saying. Because on my end, I don't hear. I do hear a slight echo.
Yeah, but hey, I got a question for you. Is there any way you can get Chris Price to sing the old Rocky Top?
Yeah, he should know it. I'll put him on the main screen.
Is there any way you can get Chris Price to sing the old Rocky Top?
My banjo is not tuned up right now. It is in the shop. I haven't had enough moonshine tonight. But, hey, you come to that Georgia game, you might be hearing it all night long.
Yeah.
You sit right next to us, you'll hear the beautiful chords. I'll bring my banjo. Enough moonshine tonight. Hey, you come to that Georgia game, you might be hearing it all night long.
Yeah.
You sit right next to us, you'll hear the beautiful chords. I'll bring my banjo.
Yeah, see that's the other thing. I hear a slight echo too, but the thing is, Facebook Live won't let me invite guests unless you have an iPhone. That's the only way you can invite other people on.
It's time for you to upgrade, man.
I hear slight echo too, but the thing is, Facebook Live won't let me invite guests unless you have an iPhone. That's the only way you can invite other people on.
Does the guest have to have the iPhone or you, Kelvin?
I think you gotta have an iPhone in order for it to work on Facebook Live.
Like the guest or you?
Yes, have to have the iPhone.
I think you gotta have an iPhone in order for it to work on Facebook Live. Yeah, see, there is a slight delay, and it could be my internet. Yeah, see, there is a slight delay, and it could. That's why I'm doing the test run, so I can see kind of how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the key for Monday. That's why I'm doing the test run, so I can see kind of how it works. Yeah.
Let's see. See, I don't think there's no way to really control the echo and stuff. I think it because everybody got a different internet connection.
We'll try to put on a headset or something.
See, I don't think there's no way to really control the echo and stuff. I think it's because everybody got a different internet connection.
Yeah, but when you say something or I say something, it's still taking about 3 to 5 seconds before you can hear it.
Before you hear it, so that's the thing.
Before you hear what I said.
All right, hang on.
But when you say something or I say something, it's still taking about 3 to 5 seconds before you can hear it.
Before you hear it, so that's the thing. Hang on. And then when you speak, I hear it, but I hear what you say, but then I hear it echo like afterwards. Hang on.
Yeah, it's just a delay on this end.
Hang on. And then when you speak, I hear it, but I hear what you say, but then I hear it echo like afterwards.
Yeah, it's just a delay on this end.
Let's see. Hang on, cause I get a delay on my end too. I hear it, but I hear what you say, but then I hear it echo like afterwards. Let's see. I get a delay on my end too. Chat.
Well, you ought to call you ought to try calling your tech pro up in Atlanta, Georgia, Dean Miller. You ought to call you ought to try calling your tech pro up in Atlanta, Georgia, Dean Miller.
And see what he say?
Yeah.
Hang on.
But it may be just the way a live feed is now. It's the way a live feed is.
It could be. Let me see what happens if like I mute somebody.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, so let's see. What happens if like I mute somebody? Unless it does it like when more than one person is talking at the same time, that could be why too, but I'm trying to see. Let's see. All right, let me see something. Hold on. All right, so Chris, start talking, start saying something, and then after you're done, I'm gonna mute you, and then I'm gonna unmute my dad and see if it sounds better. Let me see.
Okay. Well, I guess we got some ACC news today or yesterday. Alabama's going to be playing Miami. Terrence Haney's Miami, as we already know. So we'll see how that goes. I wonder when that is. I think it's in 2021. Nick Saban would have been dead for another 10 years by the time they play. So he's been dead for about 5 years now. If you look at him, he's on his second to last Horcrux. You guys are Harry Potter people.
So do you think that Alabama will run the SEC again, or can somebody knock those guys off?
Oh, the SEC's in shambles right now, man. I'll tell you that much. It's actually quite embarrassing, to be honest with you. When you look at the SEC West, the West was full of great coaches. Unfortunately, one of those coaches liked to have a hooker every single time he saw a 17-year-old kid. As came out that he called a escort service every time he went to go see a recruit, which is kind of weird, but not surprising for Hugh Freeze. And then Les Miles, he's been out since last year. So just with some of the coaching changes that's been had, Kevin Sumlin's not what we thought he was. I think that it's really tough to win in the division that he's in. So constantly being 8-4 isn't really a surprise, given where he is. But when you look at all that, the coaching quality has really gone downhill when it comes to the SEC. We got a bunch of goons in the East. McElwain, who's over there humping sharks. Kirby Smart, which has the worst haircut in college football. Bush Jones, who says the worst things at the wrong times, and he's just the most unlucky person I think I've seen. And then you have Will Muschamp. I mean, there's just so much to say about Will Muschamp. He's probably the dumbest coach in the SEC, and that's saying something. Derek Mason thinks that he actually has a good football squad, and then they hit the field, and they're still Vandy. And then you have Stoops over there at Kentucky, and I mean they're Kentucky. There's nothing you can do about that. So they're going to be trash. And Missouri is, I don't even know how they're in the SEC, to be honest with you. I mean, we need to give them away to really anybody else, be it high school football, whoever. But their attendance is down. Everything's going wrong for Missouri right now, except Conzo Martin. Conzo Martin's coming in there with that basketball program, going to make it probably a lot better with all these top kids coming in for 1 year basketball for him. So we'll see how he does there. But I've seen him in Tennessee, and he likes to lose when he shouldn't. So we'll see how that goes. But when it comes to the SEC coaching, I mean, it's Alabama's running everybody out. Everybody wants to find the next Nick Saban, and they're not really going after coaches that demand money. So you're not going to find the next Nick Saban. You got to spend the money. You got to go get your Harbaughs. You got to go get your Franklins, your Urban Meyers. So and also when you think about the ACC, you're talking about Mark Richt, you're talking about Jimbo, you're talking about all those guys. So I don't want to include Dabo on there. He's a clown. But when it comes to the ACC has a lot better top coaching. I mean, heck, even their middle of the road coaching, Cutcliffe, is better than anything that's in the daggone East right now. So, yeah, they're going to run the table again, unfortunately. I've been with all this statue stuff. I've been trying to get them to take down Bryant-Denny Stadium down there in Alabama because that just reminds me of bad things, and I'm going to really need them to take that down in all of Alabama.
Yeah, so I mean, this first game is gonna be interesting. Florida State and Alabama, so that's gonna be. It's gonna feel like it's almost. Yep, it's gonna feel like it's almost that's like a championship game right off the bat. So let me see what my dad thinks about Florida State this year. Hang on 1 second. Let me see what he thinks about what we're gonna do.
Yep,
it's gonna feel like. See if the sound's gonna be
this game right off the bat. Let me see what my dad thinks about Florida State this year. Hang on 1 second. Let me see what he thinks about.
All right. So Dad, what do you think? What do you expect from Jimbo Fisher and Florida State this year? We start off with one of the toughest tests ever. One of the greatest teams in the SEC, Nick Saban, Alabama Crimson Tide. What do you think Derwin James could do this year defensively? Do you think we'll come out with butterflies, or do you think Florida State's going to come out with a lot of confidence and get it done and represent for the ACC?
All right. Thanks for inviting me out there, K. Rich. First of all, let me start out by, if you can see that, the Bowden Way. Yeah. So now that you've seen that, thanks for inviting me out there, K. Rich. I like to first of all say that Chris Price is right on point with the SEC. The SEC is garbage. They got one or two teams there that might make something out of themselves, but they're really garbage, and I couldn't agree with Chris Price more. But for the ACC and Florida State, if Jimbo don't come out playing conservative, like he's playing not to lose and play to win, then I think we'll knock Alabama off. Alabama has yet to beat an ACC team. Remember last year's championship. So SEC, Alabama can't beat an ACC team. So I think we'll be okay, and I think the rest of the season is going to be a cakewalk for us. After all, we done beat the Gators 4 years in a row, Miami 4 years in a row. So those seem to be our two of the toughest components. But I think we'll get it done. If we beat Alabama, or when we beat Alabama, excuse me for doubting you, Jimbo, or when we beat Alabama, then we're going to run the tape. So, again, I'm looking forward to it, and I'll be there with riding Renegade right into the stadium.
All right. So, let's see. So you think we're going to get it done against Alabama? Do you think that this year Florida State has a chance to win the national championship? Do we have the team this year to get it done? We got DeAndre Francois coming back. We got to replace Dalvin Cook at the running back spot. Defensively, we should be great. Do you think we have what it takes this year to bring another title to Tallahassee?
Absolutely. When Florida State recruit, we recruit 4 guys deep. One man down, the next man up. A lot of coaches say that, but when you look at the Florida State and the talent that they have on that team, any one of those guys is a 5-star recruit. So absolutely, I think that we sent some guys off to the pros, but we lock and loaded, and we got some good recruits. So I think it's going to be a great year for us. I think we're going to run the tape, and whoever we play in the championship, I'm not sure if it's going to be Alabama, because sometimes when you knock a team like that off in the beginning, they have a tendency of fizzling out. So it might be a 2-win, 2-loss team there that we have to play, and I think we'll get it done. We got the talent to do it.
All right. So let me ask Chris P another question here. Switching gears a little bit, like I said before, on Monday I'm gonna go over college football preview. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the ACC, SEC. Just give a little preview about what's going on. Preview some of the crucial games that we have on September 2nd. And so I do know Chris P is one of those guys that, like me, likes to do fantasy football. I know our boy, Noel Brown, couldn't join in tonight, or he's running a little bit late. But Chris, I'm going to be involved in 2 fantasy leagues myself. Talking about the NFL. Who do you think are some of the fantasy sleepers this year? Do you think people should draft Ezekiel Elliott early in the rounds, being that he may be serving the 6-game suspension? I'm trying to win fantasy football this year. I'm trying to win some money. I've been in it a lot of years, but made it to the finals one year, but I couldn't get it done last year. But what do you think is going to be what's going to be your approach to fantasy this year? You can't tell us all your secrets, but tell us who what do you think you're going to do this year? You're going to do a couple of mock drafts and stuff like that?
No, I never do mock drafts. Because it confuses it. Once you go into a lot of mock drafts, you start kind of overanalyzing it anyway. Ezekiel Elliott, right now 6 games, probably going to go to 4. You're talking about a fourth of him. He's an RB1, but that's a tough call. Just there's going to be somebody that will do it. So as far as let's see, as far as sleepers, I haven't even looked at anything just yet, but I do like Stephon Diggs. I'm trying to find where I can. Yeah, Stephon Diggs. He's with the Isaiah Crowell. That's y'all's former boy with the Georgia Bulldogs.
But yeah, he played for Georgia.
I like him. When it comes to, let's see who else we have. With Cutler, I like Devontae Parker. So that's a good call. But with Miami, if you took a look at Miami last night with Cutler, he looked 3 for 6. It looked very Blake Bortles in terms of just stats when you actually watched the clips, watched the highlights. He actually utilized his weapons, unlike Tannehill. So he looked very familiar with the offense. So I think Devontae Parker is going to really benefit from that as well. Just don't take kickers like Tampa Bay Bucks, and you're going to be all right.
Yeah, I was watching that. I don't know if you saw it, but I was watching Hard Knocks with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's coming on HBO on Tuesday. Roberto, this guy was, one of the best kickers in college football a few years ago, and I guess the pressure got to him. But I mean, it was kind of crazy. They actually showed him getting cut, and apparently the Chicago Bears picked him up. But my dad knows a lot about this guy. I don't know what really happened to Aguayo. I mean, he was a heck of a kicker in college. But I mean, Dad, what do you think happened to him? Do you think the pressure got to him, or in the NFL, it's a whole nother ball game. You're a kicker. You gotta make your kicks.
Right. Well, when you're in college, and you come from a small town, down there out of Lake County, not far from here. But he was hungry, and when you're in college, you're hungry. So all of a sudden, you get to the pros, and you ain't hungry anymore. Then you're not concentrating on your skills, and you're not honing in on your talent. And again, it could have been the holder, because he not only is he missing field goals, but the guy that they got down there now missing field goals. So if the holder don't spin that ball and get that ball down in time and get it right and set, then it can cause everything to go off. So there's a couple of things there, but man, when you're in the pros, you got to stay hungry, man. You got to stay hungry, and you stay hungry, you stay humble, and hey, you made it. But hey, man, you there to feed the family and take care of your family and stuff of that nature. But I'm not saying that's the case. But the guy, like you say, was the #1 kicker in college football, and the goalposts are the same, the distance are the same. So maybe he wasn't hungry enough, and maybe it was the holder. There's a whole bunch of things going on, man.
So I mean, Hard Knocks seem to be pretty good. We get to follow Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Bucks, get a behind-the-scenes look at what Tampa Bay is going to do this year. Hopefully a Florida team will do well this year, whether it's the Bucks or the Jaguars or the Dolphins. I mean, we'll see what happens with Miami Dolphins. But yeah, overall, I mean, I think I just have to figure out how to work out the kinks with this Google Hangouts, because it appears that as far as the show goes, I may only be able to invite at least maybe 1 or 2 people in per show. Because the more people, if I invite 5 or 6, we'll get a lot of feedback. I do see there's some delays and stuff, and I kind of want to see, once I upload it to YouTube, how it plays out. Will the delays still play out on YouTube, or is it just because, the live broadcast right now, it is recording everything? All right, so for everybody that's watching the show, my mom just got on the show.
Hey, Kelvin.
She is in. This will be very interesting. So Chris Price, my mom, UGA graduate, big Georgia Bulldog. Let's see what she had to say about my show. Let's see what she had to say about the Georgia Bulldogs this year.
Oh, Rich.
Okay. Is my mic on?
Your mic is on.
Okay. Hey, Chris. SEC, how you doing? We got a long way to go. I just don't know about my Bulldogs. Last year, I was so disappointed, but I am a Bulldog. I'm always going to be a Bulldog. Hopefully, we can do better. We can improve, but we've got to beat those Gators. I cannot take another year of, your dad is trying to tell me what to say. I cannot take another year of the Bulldogs losing to the Gators. Tennessee, I don't care if we lose to Tennessee. I cannot take another year of Georgia losing to the Gators, okay? When Tennessee plays, I sing Rocky Top. But I think we'll have a better year. And hopefully with the new coach, he has got the guys ready to improve. So we'll see what the Bulldogs will do this year. Okay?
So what do you have to say? What do you have to say about that, Chris Price? What do you have to say about we got to make sure Georgia beats Florida. It's a big game, neutral site, Jacksonville, Florida, every year. They call it the largest outdoor cocktail party. I would like to see Georgia beat Florida too. I mean, that's one of those big games that it's like, somehow the Gators always tend to slip by those guys.
Yeah, I've been going to that particular game since 2006, and most years I sat on the Georgia side and wore Georgia colors. And my wife, her entire family, they're boosters for Georgia. So I hear the Georgia Tennessee talk all the time. So it's always fun. But we do a big tailgate over there. We cheer for the Bulldogs. So I've been hoping that the Bulldogs would win that game, ever since 2006 at the very least. So I'm waiting for y'all to beat them, just so I don't have to go home with a bunch of ticked off Bulldogs. That's what ends up happening. I mean, when y'all lose, I'm sorry, but you guys are the worst losers I've ever witnessed. Y'all get angry. And that's okay. But yeah, go ahead and beat them Gators. I mean, we did last year, finally, and we're gonna do it again this year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and y'all need to get your own streak going.
So hopefully Georgia will get it done this year. Let's see, Georgia, Tennessee, that's always a big game, I'm sure. Georgia won't forget what happened to them last year, but what happens when Georgia plays when Georgia plays Tennessee this year. Let's see, hold on. Somebody else has joined the conversation here. Let's see. Hang on, somebody else has joined. Looks like Tawana has joined in, but I don't see her video yet. See the webcam yet, so I'm gonna wait till she turns on the webcam for that to my mom. Let's see, switch over. So testing out the kinks here. I'm gonna find out how to reduce this feedback noise. I'm pretty sure there's a way. I'm pretty sure it's just because once someone speaks, you can hear other people's noise going on. All right, let's see. So back to my parents. My parents are back.
Okay, but we have to.
I don't hear too much feedback noise. It's just when, I mean, it is a little delayed, but I'll see how it is. Like once I go back and replay the video after it's posted, I'll see if it does show the feedback noise or if it doesn't. And that's something I have to try to figure out.
Okay, Jermaine.
Yeah.
You could disconnect your parents because we have an engagement, so maybe that will help some of your feedback.
All right, so I'm gonna disconnect you guys. I'm gonna see if Tawana's video pops in. Like I said, it's just a test, and then once this is done, I'll post it and I'll do more research on how to.
Okay, all right.
Noise.
Love you. Good show. Just go ahead and disconnect us. All right.
All right.
Bye. Bye, Tawana. Bye. Bye, Chris.
All right, let's see. Okay, so they are disconnected. All right, so now I can see Tawana. Tawana, I do see your video. Let's see what happens when I click over here. So Chris Price, just to
Hi,
give you a little
Chris.
feedback, Tawana went to Florida A&M, Florida A&M Rattlers. They actually start the season with an SEC opponent. They start the season with Arkansas. They actually go on the road and play the Arkansas Razorbacks in Arkansas. So that's going to be on August 31st. That's a Thursday night. I believe the game's at 8 o'clock p.m. They usually play a big school every year. But, you know, they get to go against Arkansas. But Tawana's also in one of my fantasy leagues here. Last year, she did pretty well in my league. So she, you know, she knows her football. She knows her football. She knows who to draft. You know, she had David Johnson last year, one of the top running backs in the league. That's a guy that I'm actually trying to possibly go after. So, you know, she just joined in. Her webcam seems to be working. So this is interesting. This is interesting. So, Tawana, anything you want to say to Chris Price while we have him here live on the air?
Hi, Chris. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was muted, so there's no feedback. Sorry about that.
No. Hi. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you as well.
So listen, just to be honest, I was like the second place in his league at fantasy football. And then the year before that, I was the actual champ. So I feel that I am like a football guru. So he's going to try to get David Johnson, but I doubt it. You know, even though if he get David Johnson, I always have my, you know, my backup plan. So I'm excited about the fantasy.
Well, I mean, it is Kelvin, so he always seems to pick the wrong folks anyway. He's probably gonna pick up dang Arian Foster this year. Arian Foster's gonna do big things. He's not in the league.
Arian Foster.
Or maybe what's the one who just came back? What is it? Marshawn Johnson, whatever his name is. Marshawn, did he come back?
Yep,
he's with the Raiders now.
With the Raiders.
So he might, you know,
he might
pick those.
He said yesterday, they asked him, while you were gone for a year, did you miss football? And he said, no.
Did you say he's going to do interviews this year?
Yeah, he did a press conference. So if you want to go check it out, he's quite the character. I enjoy Mark. I mean, I miss Marshawn Lynch and his interviews. He's a funny guy.
So are you in a fantasy league yourself?
This year I got peer pressured into joining. Who did we join, Rich?
Sean Hickey's league, right? He has Hickey going on.
Yeah, Hickey peer pressured me into it. So I have a 2-year-old and he's been running amok. So usually it's kind of hard to watch football and pay attention. Last year I did absolutely terrible because I had no idea what I was even doing. It was kind of embarrassing, to be honest. I couldn't watch it really. I had Red Zone on. I just didn't watch it. So this year, hopefully, I'll just send him outside or something. But go ahead and watch the football and see if I can do a little bit better. But,
well, if you're in Hickey league, I'm definitely in that league too. So you know, you got one day you're gonna have to come against me too. So.
Well, I'm gonna apologize in advance. Then I don't mean to give you all these losses, but that's all right. If Kelvin's gonna be in it, you'll get your wins as well.
This year, I gotta win one of my leagues. We have a league. I got a league at my job, and then I'm gonna be in Sean's league as well. Should be a lot of fun. But it appears like I said, I got to do some research between now and Monday to figure out how to reduce the feedback noise. Like I said, I think the best way for me to do this is that I don't want to have any more than 2 guests on the show at a time, because too many people talking, it'll probably mess up the noise, the feedback noise that I get back. But once I post a video and watch it through YouTube, I'll see. Maybe when you actually post the final version of it, it's not as bad and it won't show as much feedback noise. But the only way to do this, like I said, is when I go live, I have to post a link to Facebook for everybody else to watch it, and then afterwards I'll share the link or whatever. But yeah, this was just a test run. Chris P, apparently Noel Brown got stuck at work or whatever. He was supposed to join in at 7 o'clock as well, but apparently he said he wouldn't be home for another 30 minutes. Sean doesn't yet have a Gmail account. Somehow he doesn't have a Gmail account yet. So apparently he hasn't created a Gmail account first. So when I invite those kids on as special guests, you know, it's going to be live. It's going to be the real deal. They'll be able to see. But let me ask you this. When you clicked on the link, did it ask you to download like a plug-in or something, like in order for Google Hangouts to work?
Mine did.
I'll say this: when I went in to go on Google, you pick where you're trying to get to your mail, whatnot.
Yeah.
The invite was actually on the bottom left.
But you had to go. You had to go through your email in order to click on it.
Yeah, it was through my. It didn't show up in my email. It showed up. Here, let me see if I can.
Because I know I invited Tawana a few times and she couldn't join.
You see, that's the screen, and it was like down here.
Oh yeah, I
saying?
didn't get that.
See, it says
okay, so yours was different.
Yeah, and it said with the conversations, it had this little like green thing, and it came up right here. I had to click on that, and then it brought me to this window right here, and so I put on my camera.
Okay, so that's how it works. Yeah, because those guys, when I actually invite those guys, I have to tell them, hey, make sure you log into your email. And at the bottom of my screen, as soon as I click stop it, and then I'll get a link to post it to everybody. I guess that's how it works. But I just have to figure out about the feedback noise, because it's better now, but when we first started, I got like an echo and stuff too when I first started it. But now I don't get that echo anymore like I did before.
Those are just headphones. And the reason is because when someone without headphones talks, the speaker will also overlap with the mic.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have, I know Skype has a feature to where it takes that out, but Google Hangouts may not. So I would say next time try to get everybody to have headphones and with a mic.
So everybody that I talk to, ask them to plug in headphones.
And just see how it goes and see if you get that feedback.
Yeah.
Because
Monday will be the first time I actually try to do it. I know you got headphones, so I'll have to tell Brown and those boys, anybody else, ask them, anybody that's tuning in, like plug in your headphones, and I won't get as much feedback noise because it sounds better now. Like since you put the headphones on, I don't get any feedback at all like I did before.
Do you know how many people you can put on the actual?
I don't know. I think I said I can do like a 9 or 10 or something like that, but I probably won't have that many people. It'll probably be at least 2 or 3 like at a time just to test it out first and see how it works. But I'll ask the people that's joining in. I'll say, hey, if you have headphones, plug in your headphones. And then, because now that Chris Price, now that he plugged in his headphones, I don't get any feedback. I don't hear echo. But in the beginning, I did. When it was just me, him, and my dad, I got a whole bunch. It was a delay in it. So we'll see how it works.
I gotta get further away. I'm looking fat as fuck, man.
I am so excited.
Oh, my bad.
So, Chris, you're a Tennessee fan.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So, what are they? The Volunteers or whatever?
Tennessee.
What are they?
Volunteers, yeah. I clashed with Mama Rich. George Bulldog.
So, did Florida State ever play Tennessee?
We did. Remember Chris P? Remember we played Tennessee in the national championship? What was that, 2000 or something?
1999 for
99.
Did they? Who won?
Tennessee won. They won that game.
You want to go ahead and tell her like a little breakdown of that game?
That's that year that I remember we had Peter Ward. I think we had Chris Winkie, but Winkie was hurt. We was using some other guy. We had our backup quarterback playing that game, and Tennessee won. I remember watching that game, and that was a national championship.
My boy Peerless Price.
Yeah.
Running crazy. Getting that
Wow.
getting that catch for a touchdown. Who was that? Was that over? Who was that over? I can't remember.
I don't remember. The funny thing is, you know how they've been showing like classic football games. That was one of them that they showed like a few weeks ago. That game was on TV. I think I put it in the group me. I was like, they're showing Tennessee, Florida State. I remember that game. It was a national title.
And that's why Bob was so salty. Bob was getting all angry at everybody. He gets a little hurt over that.
I hope y'all go far though. I mean, y'all SEC is it's a hard conference. Definitely y'all have a lot. Florida, Georgia, y'all have a lot of people that y'all go against. Y'all just need to go ahead and beat Florida. I kind of like Georgia, so I need y'all to ease up on that a little bit. So, but y'all have a hard conference. So
yeah, it's getting easier though. But with Tennessee, I don't know. I think their ceiling's probably 10-2 if everything goes right. The problem with Tennessee right now is they got a lot of question marks, but they have potential answers, and we don't know if those answers are going to come out to be. It's going to be near impossible to check off all the boxes. We have the players. We just don't know if they're going to all sync at the same time this year. Next year we get everybody back, so it'll be a little bit different. But when it comes to this year, I think the floor is probably 7-5. If we lose everybody who's good, I guess, and they get everything going their way, and we lose to someone that we shouldn't, all the way up to 10-2, 11-1 even. I don't think we're beating Alabama, but LSU's in town, Georgia's in town. We got to go to Gainesville, but
wow.
Gainesville, they can't catch footballs over there. They can only catch credit card fraud. So,
I know.
and sharks. They can catch sharks now, but when they catch them, it's gross. But
oh my God,
but
that's hilarious.
We'll see what they do. We'll see how they develop and how Georgia does as well. Because Georgia, they have a lot of question marks too. They have a lot of talent coming back, but that talent went 7-5 last year. So we'll see how that goes as well. See how
y'all think y'all gonna go to the bowl or any type of bowl this year?
Oh yeah, we'll be in a bowl easy, but it's just how far we're gonna go after that. I don't think a lot of Tennessee fans really want to play an overrated Big Ten team again and crush them because they're really not that good. So we'll see what happens.
Are y'all ranked? Are y'all pre-ranked?
Between 23 and 25, depending on what poll you look at. Except one,
Okay.
we're unranked, but a lot of people are ticked off. This last year was supposed to be Tennessee's year, and they're mad at Tennessee this year because last year was not our year.
Oh.
We had too many injuries on the defensive line from the linebacker core. I think at one point we put out a baked potato as a linebacker, and the baked potato did pretty good now, a lot better than the walk-on that was out there. But it was just messy once we got to the final stretch of our schedule. We played. We played Florida at home, at Georgia, at A&M, and Alabama, back to back without any breaks. So we just lost every defensive tackle, a couple linemen, a couple linebackers. Our running back, he got his feelings hurt and he pitched a tantrum, and the team kicked him off. And it's emotional to be a Tennessee fan. Emotional.
I do hope y'all do go far this year. You have a little fan. I'm really a rattler, so I'm on the fence on any Florida team right now. So I love Florida State. I have to root for my man's school, but I'm definitely going to be rooting for Tennessee too. So I'm excited about y'all's season this year.
You guys going into games or?
Yeah, so here's the thing, Chris. So we already got our tickets to the Florida State Louisville game. That's going to be in Tallahassee, October 21st. That's a Saturday. Should be a primetime game. Louisville whooped up on us last year. They got the reigning Heisman winner, Lamar Jackson. So I told myself if I go to any games, it's definitely got to be either that game or Miami. So it should be a fun game. I'm pretty sure that game's going to be an 8 o'clock kickoff. I mean, it's got to be. That's going to be a prime time. And, of course, when we play Clemson, that's going to determine that usually determine who's gonna come out of the ACC. That Clemson Florida State's always a big game. So it's kind of crazy. We got to play Alabama and Clemson this year, and Miami, and Louisville. Florida State's got a pretty tough schedule this year. So that's something else that I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna go over some of the scheduling and conference schedules, stuff like that. But I think, that game's gonna be away. Miami's at home. Louisville's at home.
You should be going to the Miami game because I know Terrence Haney would go to that one.
I'm Chris, to be honest, I'm so sick of going to a Miami game. I am so sick of them. I mean, because, I'm in Palm Beach County. So when we do go down, when Florida State come down to Miami, they're just like the worstest fans. They horrible. When we went up there twice, so I'm kind of tired of Miami right now. I want something new.
I hear you.
Yeah.
If you hate Miami, don't go to the Gainesville.
Gainesville worse than Miami? See, I never went to the Gainesville, Florida State against Gainesville. I never did that. So I don't know I don't know who worse, Miami or Gainesville. I never experienced Gainesville. I probably wouldn't like it either, but Miami fans, well, they terrible.
I was walking to when I was in college, I was in a fraternity, Delta Upsilon. We have a chapter on Florida's campus as well. And I was walking from where we parked to the house because you get free beer, free food, free entertainment, stupid kids doing stupid things. So it's absolutely fantastic. Well, on the way there, we had to walk through fraternity row. And I can't remember what fraternity it was, but there's this one frat bro got on this ledge and he was swinging something around his head. He said, "This is you, Vol fan." Then I kind of slowed it down a little bit. It was a blue adult toy. And let me tell you something. If that was orange or white, I'd go, okay, that makes a little sense, I guess. I mean, you went out and bought it for the game. It's still kind of weird, but okay. But it's blue. So I told him to go ahead and put that toy back in his daddy's recreational drawer and come back out and drink with the rest of us. His brother started laughing. He got ticked off. He wanted to fight. But these are the kind of folks that you see in Gainesville. I mean, they are bizarre people.
Oh, my God. I don't know. I would love to actually go to a rival game, Florida against Florida State. Do they play against? They going to Swamp this year, right?
Yeah. This year it's in Gainesville.
So I would definitely. Oh,
y'all should go.
I don't know.
I tell you what, there's nothing like being an away fan. I've been an away fan to a lot of games.
How is it? It's like
when you win, it's probably the best thing ever because it depends on what kind of person you are. If you're very quiet, then it's probably really awkward. But if you like to talk a lot, if you like to troll, then it's absolutely fantastic because everybody there is pissed off and you can just sit there laughing. It's great. It's absolutely great. But there's also nothing like being in your own home stadium. I was at the Florida-Tennessee game last year. And
how was that?
It was loud. I mean, they did the checkerboard and everything where the stadium was checkered out. So each section had to wear a certain color and it was all checkered out. It was a really cool scene. Perfect day for football. But it was absolutely fantastic. One of the loudest games I've ever been to. But at the same time, when you're at your stadium and you lose, at least when the energy gets sucked out,
yeah, not cute.
You're all depressed together, which is great. So, as opposed to just being the one person that's complaining, you're complaining with a whole bunch of people. So that's fantastic as well. Because I've been on that end to the Georgia Bulldogs. I was at the game where it was in Neyland, and it went into overtime. Aaron Murray was the quarterback. We blocked the punt for a touchdown. It got pretty loud, and we were moving the ball pretty well. And Pig Howard, he went to reach across the end zone, and about the half-inch line, he got hit and it got knocked out. Went to the back of the end zone. Yeah, back of the end zone. So it's now Georgia's ball. All they got to do is just kick a field goal, and they went backwards all 3 plays. And they tried to go forwards a little bit, but they went backwards all 3 plays and ended up kicking the field goal for the win. So that was – my wife was happy, but the rest of us wanted to throw the entire stadium into the Tennessee River and say, screw it. Just quit the season. So,
oh, my God. Oh, my God. So are you going to any games? I don't know if I asked you that. Are you going to any Tennessee games this year?
Might be going to Georgia, Tennessee this year. It depends. It'll be a last-minute decision. Mississippi State. So that'd be
interesting. Definitely interesting.
But it'll be a fun experience. So when you go to Georgia, who wins? To be honest. It's there's no stress. You get to laugh at anybody and everybody. Like the year that Georgia rushed the field after their first touchdown, the entire team rushed the field. Flags going everywhere. I
remember that.
Oh, it was fantastic. That was
crazy.
I was right at the split of Georgia and then Florida. I was right at that split, and I just remember cracking up. And the Florida fans going, they're so classless. This is what they always do. They're so classless. And getting all mad in their jean shorts, and their natty light. And you just want to tell them, shut up. That's hilarious. Enjoy yourself. Come on. Get so mad at people running on the field. Who cares?
But they never beat Florida for some odd reason. Like Georgia, I don't get it. They never – it's like – I don't know. Maybe because Mark Rick was there for a little bit. Now they have this new coach. Hopefully they can at least get one game from Florida. We'll see. But, he's down here now. So he's in Miami. So hopefully they'll beat Florida this time.
Yeah, hopefully.
But I think this is the year that they will beat Florida. I think as far as the SEC goes, Tennessee had a great team last year.
Yep, they did.
I think they'll be back this year. Those guys had a lot of games where they were down, came back, and remember that. I know Chris Price remembers that Texas A&M Tennessee game. That was a crazy game. They beat Georgia at the last second. SEC always going to be a crazy race. So I'm excited for football. Matter of fact, I think we got a preseason NFL game tonight, but college football really gets going on September 2nd. That's the first weekend that, that's when things really start getting going. So what I'm probably going to do, like I said, this Monday will be the first real show. I'm going to do a college football preview. Of course, Chris Price, I'm probably going to invite you in. Hopefully Sean will invite, we'll go ahead and create a Gmail. They'll be able to watch tonight, see what we did tonight, got to test it out. Like I said, I'm going to take your advice. That's good advice. Have everybody use headphones, people that I'm inviting in as a guest, because that'll eliminate the feedback. Because now I don't hear any feedback. So anybody that's inviting in, if they have headphones, plug them in and then use it that way. And then for everybody else that's going to watch the show, like I said, Monday the 21st, this Monday will be the first show that I'm going to use this Google Hangout method, see how it works. By the way, make sure you guys don't forget, there is an event that I know Chris, I know Tawana, I've already talked to her about it, that's taking place on Monday for the first time in 99 years. The United States will experience, I know you've heard about this, well, Vikings, Seahawks, yeah, that too, but there will be a solar eclipse, okay? There will be a total solar eclipse. I've never seen one. A lot of people have never seen one. This is the first time it's went across the whole U.S. in 99 years, and only the U.S. The closest place to me to see the moon cover the sun totality probably be in South Carolina. But here in Palm Beach County, apparently 81% of the sun will be covered. I'm definitely gonna look into that. I like that space stuff. This should be it'd be interesting. You know, they say you can't look at it directly. You got to use special glasses, or else you're gonna blind yourself. Chris, you're in Atlanta. I don't know how much you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see quite a bit of it too. But a lot of people are gonna be flocking where basically in the middle of the day it's gonna turn night. That's gonna be interesting. So that'll also take place. So I'm gonna go live at 7 o'clock. I'll probably talk about that. See what I can see here in Palm Beach County. After I stop this broadcast, I'm gonna see what the link's gonna be to YouTube. I'll be able to see. The other thing I don't know, Chris, is I think the only people that can chat with me are the people that are actively involved in as a special guest. I don't think the regular public can join in this group chat. They have to wait until I post a video. Once it's finalized on YouTube, then they can probably comment and stuff. They can comment on YouTube, and I can reply to their comments that way, and on Facebook after I post it. But I don't think, not like Facebook Live, they won't be able to send me live messages. I don't believe. It looks like apparently only the people that I invite into the guest show will be able to chat in the group, which is fine. Once I post a video, people can comment on it. I'll reply back. You know, they'll leave a comment after I post it. So we'll see what happens on Monday. Chris P, if you're available Monday at 7, we'll do a little college football preview. I'll probably talk a little bit about more NFL preseason, the last few games we've had. You know, we'll go from there. But this will be our first show introducing the football. And then I'll probably get more in detail that following Monday, the 28th. That'll be the weekend before college football really gets good. I'll do a Florida State, Alabama preview. You guys start off the season with Georgia Tech, SEC matchup. You guys are also playing in that new Georgia Dome. I got to check that out. Got to check out that new Atlanta Falcons Stadium. So we'll see what happens there. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this broadcast. You know, see how everything posts to YouTube. Monday, August 21st, 7 p.m. will be the first show. This was just a test run. At least I know how maybe to possibly eliminate the feedback as far as audio goes, having everybody use headphones and stuff. So we'll see what happens there. So hope you guys tune in on Monday night. Chris, like I said, we miss Sean, we miss Brown. Those guys will have to tune in when I invite those guys to the actual live show. I'm gonna influence Sean to go ahead and create a Gmail account so I can invite him in. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you saw my other message on one of these shows that I actually have you invite in. We're gonna have to invite our boy Mike Schill. You know, see what Schill has to say about Florida State football. Mike Schill, this guy. He did play football for Florida State. Funny guy. Chris Price knows this guy very well. I got to get his Gmail. That'd be funny. You and Mike Schill as a special guest. I know he'll like to talk some football for sure. What do you think about me inviting Mike Schill on the show? Think I can get that guy on the show?
I don't know, man. You gotta. I don't know if it's. I don't know. He's gonna tell you. Don't let him tell you maybe. He tells you maybe, that's a no. That's how Mike Schill.
We'll see. I gotta invite him in one of these shows. I know I got some other people that want to tune in. I got another guy. This will be interesting. I got another good friend of mine that I went to high school with. He's a big Miami Hurricane fan, big UM fan. I mean, he talks a lot of trash. I mean, he loves UM. So I'll probably invite him on like that week before we play Miami. We play Miami September 16th. That's like the third game. So I'm gonna have to talk to him about that game because we beat Miami the past couple of years. I know he'll have a lot to say about that game as well. Tawana, appreciate you tuning in. Now you know how to join in. Like I said, I'm gonna post a link to Facebook, Twitter once I start the broadcast, then I'll post a regular link so everybody can view. So we'll see what happens there. So pretty good test run. I know I went over an hour, but that's I just wanted to work out the kinks and stuff first and see how it works. So Fresh Cut with K Rich, tune in Monday, 7 p.m. Chris P, if you're available on Monday the 21st, let me know. We'll talk some football, talk some fantasy football. It'll be the real deal on Monday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. See y'all later. Peace.